another session of Curriculum Studies in Chemistry, ESC 216. You are warmly welcome. I am your course facilitator, Nihan Koni, and this is session 5 of Unit 5. In this session, we are continuing with the factors that are affecting curriculum implementation. By the end of this session, you should be able to explain how each of the following could influence curriculum implementation. 1. The classroom teacher. 2. The student or learner. 3. Resource materials and facilities. And 4. Culture and ideology. The classroom teacher. Teachers are supposed to serve as the main source of information to the entire curriculum process. This is because they are the personnel on the ground with the most direct contact to learners. They are expected to have access to a lot of information in the course of their interactions with their students. Such contribution can only have the necessary impact if they are rooted through the teachers. Thus, the feedback from the students is going to have the necessary impact if the teachers voice them out. Teachers are expected to have first-hand information about the difficulties and problems that learners encounter with each specific phase of the syllabus they are supposed to cover. The teacher is also expected to know the strength of the learner so that they can make suggestions for needed changes to be made to the curriculum. This means that the teacher must help to select and present content and learning experiences that are suited to the age, maturation, and abilities of learners, and that will help realize the societal aspirations and purposes. Furthermore, it is on the part of the teachers to provide feedback roles to find out whether textbooks, tools and equipment, and other educational resources are available and adequate to effect the desired changes in learning. In performing their roles too as a source of feedback to other members of the curriculum development and implementation process, the teachers ought to be well informed about the needs, the interests, and the purposes of the individual learners under their care, and also the needs of the society. Such information should be sent to the curriculum developers and administrators for necessary action. Teachers therefore have a key role to play in the needs assessment of students and society in order to identify problems and opportunities as well as changes and trends in society which indicate tasks for the schools. Secondly, the implementation of the curriculum is largely in the hands of teachers. It is obvious that the classroom teachers operationalize the curriculum and put it into practical effect by preparing schemes of work, lesson plans, teaching and learning aids, and presenting lessons using the appropriate methods of teaching. They give learners practical activities, class exercises, take-home assignments, quizzes, tests, among others. All of this in order to evaluate the achievement of the learning outcomes and also the progress of students, as well as the effectiveness of the curriculum and the teaching learning strategies. Next, teachers also have a role to ensure that co-curricular activities are properly organized and supervised. These activities may include morning assembly, church services, dining sessions, games and sporting activities, clubs, and society meetings as well. Furthermore, teachers are supposed to attend subject association meetings and workshops, and also to make contributions to the designing of the textbook, teacher support materials, and other teaching and learning aids that are used in the instruction of learners. Teachers, when they attend subject association meetings, they can voice out some of the difficulties they find in some of the subjects and courses and topics. Also, they can be able to help change some aspects that might not be actually correct or be appropriate for the teaching and the learner. All these go a long way to shape the personality of the learner. Also, teachers have the onerous task to lead lives worthy of emulation of the young learners placed under their care. This is because whether a teacher likes it or not, the children see them as role models and they tend to copy every bit of their lifestyle, their comportment and grooming, the way the teacher walks, speak and carry themselves, the type of clothes the teacher will even wear. All these are things the students kind of take and model. Do you remember which aspect of curricula this falls under? The hidden curriculum, right? Yes. Then so because of this, the teacher should always hold himself up as a good model to look at. Also, teachers are expected to provide guidance and counseling services to enhance the learning activities and career prospects of learners. Some learners do not have much knowledge about the career path of the subjects they are chosen. So a teacher can also step in to help through guidance and counseling for the students and also groom them and teach them the way they should also learn. That can also help. The student or learner. The student is a key factor in the implementation process because he is both the subject and object of the curriculum. Without the student, the curriculum does not exist. It was designed for the student and to the student. In this regard, the first major role of the student is to cooperate with the teacher for effective teaching and learning to take place. In this regard, he is to pay attention in class, work on assignments and exercises given him, and take part in all tests. He must also involve himself actively in co-curricular activities like sports, drama groups, among others. He must also perform all duties and roles assigned to him dutifully. Secondly, he must provide the teacher with feedback about the curriculum and instructional processes so that the teacher could decide on the appropriate teaching strategies to employ to facilitate learning. The student should be able to talk to the teacher about the difficulties he encountered during an instructional process to help the teacher to decide on the appropriate methods and strategies to help his teaching. Thirdly, the learner is also expected to take good care of textbooks, other teaching and learning materials, and equipment used in the process of learning to ensure that these materials have a longer lifespan. In addition to this, learners serve as class monitors and other roles too in the classroom. Class prefect, class secretary, among others. They play diverse roles to all ensure the success of teaching and learning. Finally, the learners facilitate the curriculum and instructional process by becoming active in class, by making diverse contributions to the lesson, and also asking relevant questions. All this will help the teacher to be able to also inform curriculum developers about the standard or the state of the curriculum. No meaningful teaching and learning takes place without adequate resource material. This also applies to curriculum implementation. And so, for the officially designed curriculum to be fully implemented as planned, the government or the Ministry of Education should supply schools with adequate resource materials such as textbooks, teaching aids, and stationery. This will help the teachers and learners to all play their respective roles satisfactorily for the curriculum implementation process. Also, the central government must also provide physical facilities such as the classrooms, the laboratories, the workshops, the libraries, and others, in order to create an environment in which the implementation can take place. Without these, the learning will be difficult. The curriculum implementation will be difficult for both the teacher and the learner because they don't have the resources to let the decisions or the plans in the curriculum be followed. How available the resources and facilities are, and also the quality of the resource material, have a great influence on whether the curriculum will be successfully implemented. For the culture and ideology, which is a factor for influencing curriculum implementation, we all know that within a society or country, there are diverse cultures and also ideas. Some communities may resist a domineering culture or government ideology, which will affect the implementation of the centrally planned curriculum. And so, the culture and ideas of the society or the community influences curriculum implementation. If the culture does not go in line with what the curriculum is having, then it will face a lot of rejection and it will not be successfully implemented. A few self-assessment questions. Explain how each of the following could influence curriculum implementation. 1. The classroom teacher. 2. The learner or student. 3. Resource materials and facilities. And 4. Culture and ideology. We have come to the end of this session. In this session, we continue looking at some other factors that influence curriculum implementation. We looked at the student or learner, the teacher, the resource materials and facilities, and culture and ideology. All these factors play key roles in the success of curriculum implementation. I guess you learned a lot in this session. Thank you, and I will see you in our final session of this unit.